Alfonso's here, the godfather of the game. Many years of wisdom, remember his name. Speakers on stage, they'll drop the keys. Unlock your power and seize the breeze.
Alfonso is a real estate investor, entrepreneur, and he's an international speaker as well. Welcome, Alfonso.
Yes, sir. Good to be here. I love it. And by the way, I love this blazer. I mean, we're all. It's almost like we were thinking the same. Yeah. We want the pattern. No, it's good. It's good. So he's looking good. So I like that.
Perfect. Thank you. So, Alfonso, can you tell us a bit about yourself? How did you start in real estate?
Yeah. So, it's a bit of a long story. I'm gonna give you the cliff notes.
Perfect. Yeah.
I came from a war-torn country. Immigrated to Canada in '86. I was 9 years old. Issues integrating into school. Was frustrated. I don't know if it ever happened to you. You're frustrated at school, boring. Never taught anything that I was interested in.
Yeah.
Was that?
Oh yeah.
Because I asked a question to one of my teachers. I said, "What's a mortgage?" And she said, "A mortgage is something you get when you're older."
Wow.
So I didn't think it was a true response. You know?
Wow. In what age did you ask that?
About 10. I was about 10 or 11 years old. Vancouver, by the way. And we lived in a duplex, the bottom unit of an up and down duplex. And I remember for whatever reason, this property was for sale. And I remember telling my mom, this is '86, Vancouver. It was about $70,000, right?
You're kidding me.
Yeah. And I said, "Mom, we should buy this." She said, $70,000. Where are we gonna get $70,000? And so we're doing a workshop in Vancouver, and I remember, just for fun, I pulled it up.
Yeah.
It's worth about $2 million today, right? So all these things in my life, I knew there was going to be something with real estate. I had issues integrating into school. I was frustrated. At 15, I dropped out. I left home, and I was homeless. And I was in a really dark place. And, probably people right now watching this video have been in a dark place, right?
Yeah.
Where you just blame everybody and why me? And I had a lot of dark moments. I had a life-changing moment at 17 years old where I became a father.
Wow. You became a father at 17.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. As you know, this is game changing, right?
Yes.
And I tell people, the second you discover your purpose, that's when everything changes for you, right? Because a purpose powerful enough will make you unstoppable. And I just wanted this little girl. Her name is Talia.
Talia. Okay.
Maybe I can show a picture. Flash a picture. But it was a game changer, right? I was going to be responsible. Actually, these are my two daughters right here.
So now you got
Talia.
two now.
Yeah, Talia, 24.
How old is Talia?
24.
Oh,
24. Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Alicia, which she'll be 14.
14. Wow.
Yeah. And so, I wanted this girl to be proud of me. I wanted her to say, "My dad owns the building, not my dad cleans the building or is incarcerated in the building."
Yes.
Because I was going to end up either way.
Either or.
Yeah. And so I started a business. So I went back to school. I got a job, $5 an hour. Trying to, I had a little family, and so it wasn't going to cut it. So I started a business from my locker, legal business.
What were you selling?
Clothes.
Oh, wow.
Right? And I discovered about profit at 17, right? Take a pair of jeans that I bought for 20, sell them for 60, making a $40 profit in a 10-minute transaction.
You're kidding me.
Versus an hour of my time was worth $5,
Yes.
right? So at 17, I guess it was out of necessity that I needed to build this business, and I had a vision, to open up shops, a store, right? And of course, just when you have any dream you're gonna have, people are gonna say you're crazy, you have no money, da 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 da. So at 19, I opened my first physical location with no money, By the time I was 21, it was a store across the country, and I learned a lot about being an entrepreneur. I fell in love. And what I discovered was that for things to change, first I had to change, right? And it was fueled by a powerful purpose.
Yes.
But I almost lost everything at 21
Yeah.
because 21 years old. What were you doing at 21?
Oh, I don't know. I was buying, I think, vehicles and putting TV and rims in
Yes,
on them.
yes. I can't believe you said that. Rims. I mean, I paid $20,000 for rims to do this.
Drove it.
Yeah. And so, I was still had the consumer mindset, right? So, I started reading books and educating myself, and because I almost lost everything, I was almost bankrupt. And when I made that shift, it was like my early 20s. I wanted to, and I discovered that business is very vulnerable. Business is based on the emotions of the economy. Someone's tweeting can control things. Those were things that are out of my hands, right? And so I needed something that was bulletproof. Another business that, no matter what happened to me in the business world, I would still be standing, and I can still sustain a decent lifestyle and provide something really amazing for my family. And so that's why I chose real estate. And, I started with, doing a refi, pulling out the money.
Were you doing this in Vancouver?
No. This was in Ottawa now.
Ottawa now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I almost destroyed my credit. I had no income, and so I searched out for people that were doing it in my area. I found a mentor. There was an investment there, but I had to make that investment in myself. And as a result, I ended up buying 10 properties that first year, and then now,
just grew.
yeah, I grew from there. That was that was probably we're looking at the whole since I bought my first property about 20 years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah. And so now I own properties across Canada.
Yeah.
My go-to are just apartment complexes, 36 unit buildings, 40 unit buildings. We're looking at 200 unit buildings. And I just I discovered that the bigger I expand, the easier it gets, and the more I attract more people that want to participate in what I'm doing. And it's just been really incredible. And then one day people are like, come and teach us, come and show us what you're doing. And so about 14 years ago, I started teaching. And,
So were you teaching on your own, or?
yeah, so at first I would teach people that would come and see me on one-on-one. When you fall in love with real estate, you can't help yourself. When someone says real estate, you're like, did you say real estate? And then it turns into this lecture, right?
Yeah.
And so then more people started to come. I said, maybe if I put them all together, I don't have to spend like hours individually.
Hours individually.
And they loved it, and that's when I started the educational company. And from there, it just expanded, and I'm now with Keyspire, doing their education, their workshops, and it's been amazing.
So would you say the more you grew, the more like your why changed? Did your why change?
Absolutely, and that's a really good point, because your why, because people are so, God, what my why? And find something. And for me, it was kids. It doesn't have to be kids.
Yeah.
But find something. What's the reason? Like, why do you want this? Right? It can't just be for the money. Money's easy, as you know.
Yeah.
It's there has to be a bigger money. Yes, there has to be a bigger purpose, and money will come as a result. So, for me, along the way, my mindset shifted from what I wanted to do with my life to how I was going to use my life in order to inspire others to live their life to the highest capacity. And so my why is to change people's lives, because mine has been completely transformed. And the second someone decides they want to transform, that's when it can happen. They don't see it in front of them, right? And people have that they make the decision all day long, but do they act on it, right? And then pursue it and see it through? We tend to underestimate what we can do in a year, but we overestimate what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what we can accomplish in 5. In 5 years, you can go through a full transformation of your entire life, right? Yeah. As long as you're taking it one step at a time, and you're just moving forward, right? People want to contract. right? You need to expand. So my why has expanded, right? My why has been more about service.
Exactly.
Helping
other people.
Yeah. I mean, my daughters are great, and they're grown now,
Exactly.
and they're still part of. You can have multiple whys, right? Like I want to do it for them. I want to bring them around the world, but also, when my great grandkids Google me, Old Man Cuadra,
Exactly.
Old Man Alfonso Cuadra. I want them not to see the Ferraris or the spinning rims.
Yeah.
I want them to see all of the people that I've helped,
Yeah.
right? And so my time, because now I'm in full control of my time.
Exactly.
I like to spend it like this.
'Cause
with
you're doing this full time.
Yes, inspiring people, changing mindsets, and I think I can have a massive impact on this world because I'm an example. My life is an example of what is possible, right? War-torn, homeless high school dropout.
Yeah.
I have 11 companies that I run,
Exactly.
and some of them are across the country, right?
Yeah.
So it's that I want to represent an idea,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
So, what would you say to a new investor who wants to get into real estate,
Yeah.
but their biggest obstacle is money?
Yeah. Number one, invest in yourself. They can take everything away from you, but they cannot take what's up here, right?
Yeah.
And so the people want to do things on the cheap. Everybody's trying to count their pennies. If you make decisions based on where you are, you'll never get to where you want to go. And so you need to decide right now, where do you want to go? And work backwards, right? And then based on where you want to go, you're going to need some knowledge. You're going to need education. You're going to need to invest in yourself, because once you invest into yourself, now you have the capability to execute.
Exactly.
Right? We just, people, the problem in life is not a lack of opportunities.
Yes.
You know this.
Yes, it's not.
Right?
Yeah.
The problem in life is that 80% of the people, I would say even 96% of the people, allow the smallest little things like money
Yes.
to stop them
Yes.
from huge opportunities.
It's very interesting because most of the time, let's say when we start talking about real estate with people,
Yeah.
the first thing they say is, I don't have money.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're looking at their current circumstances, right?
Exactly.
And so if you operate from where you are, you will get more of where you are.
That's true.
Plain and simple. And so you need to have a clear vision of where you're going, and operate now as if you already are there.
Exactly.
And then the rest of it will be logical, right?
Next question. I don't know if you've ever heard this before. I find like a lot of investors, when we attend a lot of summits and networking stuff like that, I find a lot of investors concentrate too much on the number of properties they have.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I've heard horror stories where people concentrate on the number of properties they have, and then they forget that they still have to service them. It's not about getting all these properties.
Yeah.
But these properties have to make sense.
Yep.
So, have you ever seen something like that?
Absolutely,
If you have,
absolutely.
What's your advice to new investors?
So
who are getting
plain and simple, leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to be successful in anything. You want to be the next, the next Shopify, the next Amazon. You have to be a leader of leaders. So you have to be able to allow people to come into your organization. You need to be able to train them, and you need to allow them to make mistakes and run your organization, right? And learn from their mistakes, right? And so the people that I have, and so I have a portfolio across Canada, and so the people, and on top of that, I have 11 companies, right? How do I do this? Well, I'm a leader of leaders. I'm not looking for employees. Employees check out at 5.
Exactly. Yes.
If I attract and create leaders within my organization, they will do more because it's for them. They have some ownership, and so I've created situations. For example, I have a property management company, which we have everybody overseeing. I mean, people oversee all the different properties, and at the same time, without that, I couldn't be here with you.
Exactly.
Right?
Leverage.
And so what happens is, and it happens to all the investors. Everybody's going to go through this at some point, you know. And it happened to me. Like one day, I was plunging a toilet for one of my tenants.
Yes.
And then I look up, and it's the tenant looking down at me. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. There's something wrong with this picture. Like, I'm working for this guy, right? And so because we're trying to penny pinch, we think that we need to take on all the roles. You have to wear 6 hats. You don't have to be the cleanup guy. You don't have to be the renovation guy. You know, like if you're an investor, you need to be able to step back and help people execute.
Exactly.
So if you build leaders within your organizations that can so the business can move on without you, you have a real business.
We are in Calgary. Yeah! And we are about to make history because for the very first time in Wealth Genius history, we are bringing the Expand Investor Conference right here to Calgary. And we're excited. November 6th, 7th, and 8th. Get your tickets right away because we're gonna have over 60 different presenters, over 100 different vendors, over 1,000 different attendees, all at Expand Investor Conference right here in Calgary. There's never been a better time to get involved in real estate than right now. You gotta come and learn how to optimize and maximize all the opportunities that are available right now. It's our 10th edition of this massive real estate investor conference, one of the biggest in Canada, and we're making history because we're bringing it to Calgary for the very first time. Get your tickets, be there or be square.
So basically, you gotta create systems.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
First is the people.
Yeah.
Right? First is the people. Without the people, the systems doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? So you need the people to have buy-in, right?
system.
Yeah. So the buy-in to the community, the culture of your company, right? Or else you will never. If you are the one doing all the work, you're not a leader.
Exactly.
You know, like a leader without followers is just someone taking a walk.
Exactly.
Right? And so leadership is huge. And people think, well, I don't need to, because most of the time people do real estate, like I would say the average investor does it like a sideline.
Yes.
And then they wonder why they can't get ahead.
Side gig.
Yeah, it needs to be your full-time gig. Yeah, full-time. And you have to have systems. You have to have employees. You have to have all these things for it to grow as an organization, for you to be able to scale.
Yes.
Or else you'll be stuck.
So how do you then go past the mentality of how do you go past fear?
Yes.
Because the first thing you think of, I mean, most people when we hear about real estate investors, is like, oh, what if the toilet clogs, at midnight?
Yeah.
Right? You gotta
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
So how do you tell them to get over the fear of getting into real estate and actually buy properties?
Because even though there's investors, they haven't fully crossed over, right? And there's a point where you cross over and you just become an investor. It's like the movie The Matrix, where have you seen the movie The Matrix?
I've seen, it's been a while.
Yeah, but there's a part of the movie where, I mean, the Matrix is this software that everybody's on, and I kind of attach it to consumerism.
Yes.
Right, and then once you become an investor mindset,
Yes.
you have once you become someone that has an investor mindset, you can go back into the Matrix, and now you can see everything. Like everything is just like you can have full control over everything.
Exactly.
And so, how does someone do that?
Yeah.
They have to allow themselves to expand. I grew up in a household where everything was contracting, conserving.
Yes.
My mom, we came from Latin America. Scarcity mentality. First of all, we're scared like they could kick us out of this country. You can get deported. You have to follow the rules. Like what are you doing? You have to do everything the right way. Dinner on Monday becomes dinner on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Every day.
Yeah, and so like you're holding on to what, right? The only way to turn this into a business is to allow yourself to expand and grow mentally, physically. Get out of your comfort zone, or else you will get stuck.
Yes.
Even if you make 2 moves, and now you're like, okay, let me review what I'm doing. But you know what? You need speed.
Exactly.
Right?
So
you need speed,
Yes.
and you need to be operating as if it's already like wherever you want to go, whatever it is for you. Everybody's different. Like, you know what I mean? I have different goals. You know, everybody out, someone out there is going to have a different goal. But what is that goal? And then operate like that today.
Exactly.
Create the systems. You're better off being ready and not have the opportunity than to get the opportunity, lands on your lap, and you're not ready. Right? And so if you don't have the proper people in place, it's almost like you're building a house without a foundation.
Exactly. That's true.
And you can't get far.
All right. Cool. So, how do you face adversity? How do you take, your I know, real estate investing, being an investor myself, it's not always going up and down, right? There's always some downturn sometimes, and that's life. How do you
expect it? Expect that you will have failures. Like, accept that you cannot live a life without failing, right? Like, I mean, even you can learn a lot from your failures. You can mitigate risk, right, by getting the right education, getting around the right people. But at some point, someone somewhere is going to mess up.
Yes.
And just accept it as part of the game, right? It's a learning opportunity.
Exactly.
And so, how do I eliminate fear? I just expect it. I know it's going to be there. That's what. Like today I got an email about a boiler in an apartment building where it's going to have to be replaced. 29,000, right? It's not gonna do anything in my day. Like that's a non-event for me, right? It's like, okay, we got to figure out where we're good, like
29,000 to replace it.
Yeah, that's it. It's gonna make the property better. I'll be able to pull out more money, more. I mean, there's opportunity in failure if you're ready for it, right? And so don't be scared of it, because if you without risk, you can't grow.
Yeah. So,
and if you're not growing,
yes,
you can't be fulfilled.
You
will never be fulfilled. Even if you bought like three triplexes and that was it for the rest of your life, you would not feel fulfilled. You'd feel fulfilled at the beginning because it's like, it's new, it's risky. But if you stayed there for your entire life, you would not be fulfilled. You need to grow and expand. And so without growing, you can't be fulfilled. And if you can't be fulfilled, if you don't have life fulfillment, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, why are we here?
That's true. So, what would be your advice to new investors on how to grow mentally, physically, and just being a person?
Yeah. So huge. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Right. It goes back to what we talked about earlier on. It's like the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to be in a position of confidence to be able to execute, right? So that's number one, invest in yourself. Number two, invest in your business, right? Because you can be investing in yourself and not execute, because that's also an illusion. Like I met a guy, I read 700 books. I think I'm ready. No, like if you read 700 books and you haven't done anything, you're using that as a crutch, right? Because it's like now it's like the getting ready. You know them. I'm just getting ready, right? I got to set up my home office. Right? The phone was on the right hand side. It should be on the left. You know what I mean? But I can't get started until So all that is it's a bunch of BS. You know what I mean? Like feed yourself, execute. Go back and feed yourself some more, execute. Feed yourself some more, execute. Right? And that's what I would do, right? If I was starting, if you're brand new into this, and you only have a limited amount of funds, the best thing you can do is invest in yourself. Number one. Number two, now go out and invest in your business, right? Based on the knowledge that you have, right? Knowledge without execution, it's worthless.
It's worthless.
Yeah. So go get the knowledge, then execute, and then repeat.
So what would be your advice to a young person who's trying to get into real estate but he's got limited funds?
Yeah. So like we talked about it before. Invest in yourself, and then go execute. What particular deal? If I could go back 20 years, I was thinking too small. So this is what happens. We only operate within what we think we're capable of. So we start with the 1Z, the 2Z, the 3Z, and then you figure out, no, you know what? like 3 roofs, or I can have 3 units under 1 roof. That makes more sense, right? And then you get into the 3s and the 4s and the 5s, and then you go back and you're like, man, I should be doing, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then you get into that, and you're like, you know what, this is easier than the 4s and the 3s and and then like I should be doing 20. So whatever level of comfort that you're at, level 1 up, right? And so I always say, at least start with a 3, right? 3 units. I mean, it's a good place to start. If I had to go back from the beginning, I would start with the commercial. I would go all the way. Easier to finance, easier to manage, more cash flow, right? And it makes more sense. Your cost per unit reduces.
Exactly.
But some people watching this might not be there, and so they want to, if they want to take a 1 and turn it into a 2, pull out some money. But at some point, you should look into level up, right? You might do that a few times, right? Like you take a 1, turn it into a 2, take out your money, go to the next one, go to the next one. That's how I started, right? But if I could go back, I would have leveled up earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. The last question, and I think a lot of people deal with this every single day on social media or in real life, in the workplace and stuff like that. How do you deal with haters? With people that are just there to troll on you?
Love them. Love my haters. My haters, by the way, you have more haters than you think, right? But there's going to come a time where some of these haters start asking for your advice.
True.
So this is the problem.
Ask for a job.
Yeah. So if your haters start asking for advice, and start asking for jobs, time to get new haters, right? You don't have enough haters, right? So it's like you're slowing down.
You're slowing down.
Yeah. Anybody that's doing anything that is outside of the box, people can't understand, right? And it's the hating comes from ignorance. When you don't understand something, or you don't understand a situation, or why someone would do something, you're gonna, because you don't understand it, you tend to knock it down, right? So that's natural, right? I categorize the population in 2 categories. I put them in 2 categories. Either your consumer mindset, you have a consumer mindset, which is 96% of the population, or you have an investor mindset, which is only 4%, right? And 4% owns 96% of the wealth. And they say, like, if you were to take all the wealth in the world, amongst and you were to spread it amongst the 7 billion plus people in the world, it wouldn't be long until the same money goes back into the pockets of the 4%, right? And so because they're in a trance, it's hard for them to see. And so I have people that trolled me and this and that, and then after I've welcomed them, and they've become my students, right? And so I understand where they're coming from, right? Because it's like people resist what they don't understand or know. And so love my haters. You can hate, you can hate us. We need you, and when you're ready, we'll help you.
We'll help you.
Yes.
No, thank you very much, Alphonse.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I really appreciate having you here, and
it was nice.
It was
time,
nice, right?
Yeah,
this is your time, and we know that you like giving back, and this information hopefully is gonna help, even if it helps one person.
That's it,
right? That's all you need. That's all we need to help people to better their lives and build wealth through real estate. All right,
si, senor.
All right, see ya.
One question.
Yes.
What the hell is this?
This is running away with your water bill.
You want me to sign a check for $3 million?
Before this, I was gonna buy this building.
No toilets. No toilets. Not one. Is there any toilets on this whole property? The 500K is not a problem. There's only one thing. There's significant capital expenditures. Do you guys have a capital expenditure plan somewhere?